Hey yo, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Joel Embiid is the most disrespected NBA athlete in the league currently. Now, to be transparent, I really wasn't going to drop this video, though I did have it in the archives ever since Adam Silver and company decided to announce Nikola Jokic as back-to-back MVP. But I thought it was just unnecessary to do so. One, no use crying over spilled milk. And honestly, I didn't really feel like putting that much effort into the video itself, as the Sixers were still fighting for a playoff run. We all know how that actually turned out. And I also didn't want to hear from nutty fans across the league who do not don the red, white, and blue for the Sixers. But after last night's announcement that Joel Embiid was selected to second All-NBA honors again for another year, after the year he had, statistically, I just had to say something, yo. Like, enough is enough. Joel Embiid was robbed of MVP and should be All-NBA first team. I'm sending strays to everyone, to Denver fans and Bulls who support Jokic. I'm talking ish to Milwaukee and Giannis as well. Giannis fanboys as well. Hell, I might even throw some strays and come at Phoenix and their empty stat machine Devin Booker. I don't care. I'm a bitter, jaded Philadelphia sports fan who is over the disrespect of my team and favorite player. So I'm bringing the static. I want all of the smoke. At me all you want. I don't give a damn. So this video will be structured into 3 reasons why I believe Joel Embiid deserved MVP and at the very least first team All-NBA honors. No special editing, no complex storytelling, just straight pain and annoyingness coming to you from a Philadelphia fan through the magic of YouTube. So the first reason, his stat line. Joel Embiid finished the season with a stat line of 30.6 points, 11.7 rebounds, 1.5 blocks with 4.2 assists. He shot 49% from the field and 37% from 3. We must note that he had career highs in points and assists, increasing his scoring and assist numbers as a necessity to keeping his team afloat, which we shall delve into later in this video. Other statistical accolades provided by Furkan Porkmaz on Instagram. Shout out to you, bro, for blessing me with these facts. Follow him if you do feel so inclined. He was the first center to average 30 points in 40 years, even though I thought that the center position was dead. I guess not. He averaged the 4th most points per minute in a season, only behind Wilt Chamberlain, who did it twice, and Joel Embiid himself last season in 2021. The man outdid himself there. He became leader in career points per minute ever. Let me repeat. This season, he became leader, scored the most points per minute in the history of the game as a center, as a 7-foot bull, certified bucket getter. In addition, he had the most 40-10 games in a season, light work, and he led the league in 30-point games, which in my opinion is the actual new 20-point game, the standard stat line of stars. Now, I'm sure you Giannis and Jokic fans could also pull some very specific stats out of your left toe that actually describes the greatness of your player, so I'm not going to argue the validity or compare the importance of these figures per se, but know that Joel Embiid was certified to begin with. This is why he is even in the conversation. Furthermore, and my biggest gripe / reasoning that they robbed this man is because he's freaking won the scoring title. Joel Embiid averaged the most points out of all players this year while operating in the paint. We always talk about how this game is now a perimeter joint, yada, yada, yada. Bulls are legit thinking about adding a 4-point line, which I think is absolutely asinine, by the way. And all of that, we still cannot reward a big man while in the paint. Do you understand how hard that actually is to do? Like, that is wild. Not to mention, the league markets scoring as its main commodity. The scoring title is a big deal last time I checked, so much so, or at least scoring overall, so much so that we clowned a certain someone for deciding to completely abandon this aspect of the game. The goal of the game is to put the ball in the hoop. That's for anyone, everyone, no matter what level. And Joel Embiid did that the best out of everyone this year. Now the scoring title isn't as prestigious? Randomly? How convenient. Number 2, Joel Embiid's importance to the Sixers point blank period, without Joel Embiid, the Sixers are not a top 4 seed in the East and more than likely end up as a low-end play-in seed. Even before the Harden trade and through Philly dealing with COVID issues, Embiid kept the Sixers as a top 3 seed, which is not easy to do when you're competing against Boston and Miami, who are actually still playing currently, upstart Chicago, and Milwaukee, to name a few. Bulls like to bring up the fact that he had James Harden, but conveniently like to forget that one, that trade was not done until the end of February, giving him only 1 month to truly build chemistry with the beard, and 2, the Sixers dropped out of top 3 with Harden on the squad. Not calling Harden a bum or being negative about his game. I actually like the dude when he actually gives a damn, but that's a fact. And let's not negate the fact that the only reason Philly was able to trade for Harden in the first place and make him a Sixer was because of Joel Embiid himself. There is no way in hell Brooklyn agrees to swap the former MVP for 2 role players plus 2 future picks and Ben Simmons if the Sixers did not have leverage due to their high seeding. Morey and company got away with murder by doing this. Now, we can obviously all argue about if, Harden is the same player who he was in the actual past, but either way, remember when everybody and their mother was saying that the Sixers could and would only get scraps for Ben Simmons because they had 0 leverage? Probably not. I do. Regardless, if we are a 7th or low seed at the trade deadline, that actually probably happens. Why would a team trade 3 players, 4 first-round picks, plus 4 pick swaps to obtain James Harden from the Rockets, to then only accept less assets back when said player went out of Brooklyn? That's pretty wild, in my opinion. Through Joel Embiid's MVP play, the Sixers had the opportunity to get a superstar and allow us to actually go to the playoffs and actually have a chance of going far. Now, obviously, the man got hurt, and that derailed those plans, but Embiid is the energy, barometer, temperament of the squad. If he plays like poop, the rest of the team plays like poop. If he gives a damn, and when he gives a damn, the rest of the team gives a damn and shows it on the court. Other than the fact that he plays both ends of the floor individually, offensively and defensively, not through scheme play, but individually, and doesn't get taken out during key defensive situations, but that's neither here nor there. It's always interesting how people forget this crap. The Sixers were not supposed to be this good. Like, come on now, bro. At least that's what the media was saying at the beginning of the actual year. And we're actually going to get to that now. And the third and final reason why Joel Embiid was robbed of all NBA first team selection / MVP was because his narrative was not respected. Now, let's be real here. We all know that the NBA MVP is a story-driven narrative award. That's not a bad thing. It makes the joint much more compelling in my opinion. The baddest SOB in the NBA, statistically speaking, with the story to match. That culminates in a holistic choice. That's fair in my opinion. And if you really believe that carrying an NBA squad to a 6 seed without all-star help is more compelling than carrying an NBA squad to a 4 seed without all-star help, making a teammate better in the process while transcending the media circus caused by a teammate quitting, then you, my friend, do not understand the fundamentals of storytelling and need to go back to grade school. Before the 2021-22 NBA season started, very few people believed that the Ben Simmons situation wasn't going to be a distraction. While I wasn't necessarily in that camp, I did not believe that the Sixers would be that good without Ben Simmons. I'm on record saying that, and I was wrong. Thank you, Joel Embiid, for proving me wrong. We heard for weeks from the media, ESPN, Fox Sports 1, even Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio, that the Sixers would go nowhere without Simmons. In fact, they would become worse, and they were dead wrong, fam. Where's the reparations for this media narrative being created, forced upon the team that would eventually be completely destroyed through the on-court play of Joel Embiid and squad? You cannot, as the media, say bull, couldn't carry, ram that narrative down the fans' throat, create that said narrative again, and when proven wrong, not give credit. Like, y'all some frauds, bro. Y'all some straight frauds. The great Malcolm X said that the media is the most powerful entity on earth because of its influence. Joel Embiid said, F Bulls, F the media, and proved them wrong. Not rewarding him is biased, poor journalism, and petty as hell. Embiid's triumph was the better story overall, and that's not me being biased. You can argue about the statistical marvels of each individual MVP candidate, Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. All of them had beautiful, fantastic seasons. So what sets them apart? Their actual story narrative, and Embiid had the stronger one. That's hands down, bro. Like, that is legit hands down, bro. I don't know what else to say. If that happened to anyone, all-star teammate who is supposed to be the actual chosen one quits on the city, and no one is giving you a chance to actually succeed, and you make your team a 4th seed. No. Of course, when a Philly athlete is in line to win MVP, story narrative means absolutely nothing. After years of it being the main component for an MVP win, you legit cannot make this stuff up, dog. Like, you legit cannot make this bias stuff up. So anyway, in conclusion, I said what I had to say. Joel Embiid was robbed of the 2021-22 NBA MVP, as well as first team All-NBA honors, as he had the stats, impact, importance to his squad, and more compelling storyline to win the damn award. No, a 6th seed star should not be granted MVP considerations unless special circumstances are on the books. See Russell Westbrook. And no, Embiid should not be second team when he's runner-up for MVP. And most sacrilegious when you have Devin Booker as first team. No, the system is broken. They need to refinangle this joint, because it's a travesty how Joel Embiid is always, this great, but not given the statistical or accolade merit. It is a travesty. Bulls know this. So shout out to Joel Embiid for, putting up with this actual BS. Real NBA fans and most NBA players know what is goody. Unfortunately, Philadelphia sports slander sells, and you, my friend, are just the latest example. I hope y'all enjoyed the video.